An outstanding performance from the lowest seeded team in Group B sees them beat the hosts in Brisbane today. Nigeria have beaten Australia 3-2 after a fine performance against the Aussies in their own backyard this evening in Brisbane. It was a great start for Australia. They dominated huge portions of the game, particularly in the opening stages of the first half when the Nigerians looked particularly shaky. Steph Catley had one really good training ground set piece from a corner where she played a quick 1-2 with Gori and managed to get a shot on target, but the goalkeeper pushed it round the post to keep the Nigerians in the game. They did have plenty of chances. They rained efforts down on the Nigerian goal, but struggled to get them on target and also to beat the Nigerian keeper in the end. Ndozi had a couple of scares. She fumbled a corner about 5 minutes from the halftime break, which gave the Australians 3 or 4 efforts on goal, but each one blocked down before the resulting chance went over the bar. But it wasn't to be for the Nigerians just moments later when Emily Von Egbon got on the end of a great cross from Caitlin Ford. Good work down the left-hand side, and she managed to turn that centre in just inside the post to put the Australians ahead just 5 minutes into the added time, or just at the start of the added time in the first half. But 5 minutes later, at the end of that added time, the Nigerians got a completely surprise goal, totally against the run of play in terms of how the game had been going at that point. Good work from Tony Payne in the centre of the pitch. She got the ball out wide, and the deflected cross ended up at the feet of Kanu, who managed to get a touch past the goalkeeper Arnold into the back of the net to put the sides level at half-time. To be honest, a scoreline that Nigeria didn't really deserve on the balance of play. 20 minutes into the second half, after again a lot of Australian pressure, Nigeria would take the lead, and it was an absolutely fabulous piece of bravery from Ohale at the back post. A corner came in, ball half cleared by Australia, a little bit of head tennis, and the ball ended up being kind of scooped up as an attempted save by Arnold in the Australian goal, but it went only onto the head of Ohale, who went in under serious pressure from Kennedy, who she took a boot to the chest as well as she got the ball across. But the Nigerians didn't care. They were 2-1 up at that stage of the game. Just moments later, disaster complete for Australia, effectively. A long ball from Payne, a bit of a mix-up between Kennedy and the keeper, Arnold. Kennedy headed it past the keeper, and it ran through for Oshala to just tap the ball into an empty net from a very acute angle. Nigeria 3-1 up and in absolute dream world. It was all Australia from there on in. All the pressure piled on the Africans, but they held firm until 10 minutes into added time. Yes, 10 minutes into 11 minutes of added time, when Kennedy did redeem herself for the mistake with a header back from a corner back to the far post, and they did have an effort literally with the last kick of the game, where a good move from Australia ended up at Ellie Carpenter's feet. Her right-footed effort was well saved by the Nigerian goalkeeper, and Nigeria held on for what is a fantastic victory. Puts them top of Group B alongside Canada, only separated by goals scored. It's going to set up a really interesting set of games on Monday as Nigeria face Republic of Ireland, while Australia and Canada now go head-to-head effectively for that runners-up spot, or at least it might not necessarily be the runners-up spot, but for the second place in the qualification group. But Nigeria needing a very, very strange set of results to put them out of the competition. It's all to play for in Group B as Australia's hopes hanging on a thread. The final score in Brisbane: Australia 2, Nigeria 3.